Hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you today. It is Friday in my world, and I'm taking another break from work really quick. I have about an hour more of work I need to do, but our girl has been keeping me hopping these last couple of weeks. Video uploaded today titled, What Happened After the Breakup? Video after video. She's keeping me busier than a full-time job, and I'm not being paid for this shit. So, speaking of that, why don't you subscribe? I would love it if you would subscribe. Help a girl out. But, what happened after the breakup? We are milking this breakup for all the money she can. Our last video, titled We Broke Up, of course, is sitting at 82,000 views, which is about 30k more than she's usually been getting. So, this breakup is going to give her the funds to move on to her next victim. And, yeah, I guess, man, I understand if she feels this is like, oh, talking about this is therapeutic for me. Maybe you should unpack that shit with your therapist and talk to your therapist about it, or talk to a friend, because the majority of people commenting on her video and everything are of the mindset of, hey, take this time to be by yourself, learn yourself, figure out what you want out of life. Don't be jumping into another relationship so soon. And of course, there is speculation about why she and Wifey broke up, because she didn't tell us anything. I also speculated on this. Judging from what Amberlynn said, it kind of sounds like they have different goals in life right now, and their paths are starting to diverge, in my opinion, because Amberlynn has decided to not get weight loss surgery. We do know that Wifey had offered to even help pay for weight loss surgery, so that tells me that Wifey was 100% on board for Amberlynn to get this surgery, and that Wifey wanted Amberlynn to be able to lose weight. We know that Wifey was an active person before this relationship. She enjoyed hiking, she was athletic, and enjoyed doing things and going places. And Amberlynn just is not able to do any of those things. So I think they just ended up after, about almost 2 years together now. I think they just ended up being in two different places, and Amberlynn's inability in the last 2 years to really lose any weight has finally maybe been the last straw for Wifey. But all that being said, hey, maybe they got back together. Maybe that's what this after the breakup is. Who knows? But all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it and see what Amberlynn's going to tell us. Once again, in case you don't know, I do speed her up to 1.25 speed, so her actual speaking speed will be slower than this. So just a heads up in case you don't know that I do speed up Amberlynn. So I'm not sitting here, but yeah. So let's see.
Hey guys, so I was trying to find a time when I wasn't crying, because that's literally all I've been doing.
Her face does look red and her chest looks red.
That's all Feline has been doing. I finally took my first shower since the breakup. Today's
Good.
the 6th. We broke up on the 4th, and I'm a daily shower type of girl. I don't think I've skipped a shower in, I don't know, it's been a hot minute, so it doesn't even matter, but I'm just saying. The fact that I was able to shower, I am glad about that. I just feel super, like, everything doesn't matter. Things seem so pointless right now. And Feline did give me permission to share as much as I want.
Well, I mean, that's good, I guess. So what are we going to hear?
And that kind of shocked me, to be honest, because she is very private. But she knows this is also something that I'm going through. I first want to just say, like, thank you guys so much for the support. Like, I have gotten so many messages, and I glanced at the comments, and it's just pouring with support. Of course, there are people who are very insensitive. That comes with the territory, but I just appreciate the support so much. I am only one person here, and I haven't been the most independent person in my life, obviously, but it doesn't matter if you're super independent. If you're not, sometimes you just need someone.
Whether you're independent or not, whenever you're going through a pretty emotionally taxing time in your life, it's nice to have somebody that you can talk to that could just kind of listen and understand whether they offer anything or not. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen. On the other side of this independence, Amberlynn isn't very independent when it comes to life in general. She doesn't drive, which a lot of people don't drive for one reason or another. Either they can't because maybe they're legally blind or they have other issues and they aren't able to drive physically. But Wifey is her mobility. Wifey is how she gets to the store and goes places. So Amber's either, once she and Wifey split, unless Amberlynn moves somewhere where she's in like the middle of a city and is able to walk places, she's going to be relying on delivery for groceries and stuff once Wifey and her are no longer living together, unless Amberlynn gets a roommate. So her independence only goes so far.
To like care and to feel like so many people care, it helps in a weird way. There are a lot of rumors happening, which I do understand.
Of course.
Because like I am being like kind of vague to protect Feline because I love her a lot.
Here we go with her trying to protect the other person because, of course, with her saying that, and in the previous video saying, I know what I'm worth, I know what I deserve, makes it sound like she wasn't being treated well, even though Wifey has supposedly treated her the best out of anybody, out of any of her girlfriends, and has been the most supportive, and is the best thing since sliced bread.
But there are a few things I want to clear up. People saying like she broke up with me. No. People saying that it's because she's poly. No. Like people saying that she's in a relationship, another one, like found someone else. No. None of these things are true at all. Feline is a great person, but I feel like I wasn't happy because there were things that were happening. And I know
Really?
she wasn't happy. And mutually, this has been something that we have talked about breaking up, trying to fix things, and it's hard.
If, something they would maybe consider if they do still love each other and they do want to be together, but they're just having issues, they could consider seeing a relationship counselor.
When one person fixes or tries to fix things more than the other person. And
so Amberlynn, are you saying that you're the one maybe that's trying to fix things more than the other person? Because from your past relationships, we found that you're a very controlling person and you want things your way. So if we have two very strong personalities clashing here, this could be the issue. If neither one of you are willing to compromise, because we know Amberlynn isn't the best at compromising.
Like, I don't want to point fingers and anything like that, but a lot of people think that she's leaving me because I didn't get weight loss surgery or because of my weight or because of that. No. I know it's probably easier to believe, but for the first time in my life, I understand the saying, sometimes you need more than love, or sometimes love can only take you so far, because I am absolutely and utterly in love with Feline, and she is absolutely and utterly in love with me.
Yeah. If that is the case, then why wouldn't you seek out a relationship counselor, relationship therapist, and see if you can work on ways to communicate, work on ways to fix whatever these compromising issues seem to be?
Yesterday was very hard for her. She has not drank in over a year because when I stopped drinking, she also stopped. And she got extremely, extremely drunk yesterday. And I had to take care of her. I was very worried. There was a moment where I almost called 911 because, like, I didn't know what to do. But we both agreed that there's no more alcohol to be coming in this home. She regrets drinking that hard. But
did she drink all of it?
She is trying to numb her pain. She is hurting too. She doesn't want to lose me. And she just regrets things. And this is probably, like, I'm an immature person. You guys know that. I'm very childish at heart and I do childish things. But this is probably one of the most mature things I've ever done, and it is ripping me to pieces. It's ripping me. Like, when Feline looked at me today and she was crying, and I was just like, what's hurting you the most? And she said, I honestly thought it was you. And what she meant by that is, like, through our whole relationship, like, we had plans of getting married, and we even had a venue picked out, and, you know, I was never ready for that proposal, and I've talked about that before, and a lot of people were confused because marriage is something I've always kind of talked about, and it's because of the problems. But it was still something that I did want with her. If she worked on herself and we were able to grow together, that is.
If she worked on herself, nothing about Amberlynn working on herself. So she's making it sound like that Wifey not being able to change and be the person that Amberlynn wants her to be is the issue. You have to meet in the middle when you're in a relationship a lot of the times, and you have to compromise, but you shouldn't have to change who you are entirely for the other person. Now, if you do have toxic traits and things of that nature, yeah, you might want to work on those. But what I'm hearing from Amberlynn here, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, is that Wifey wasn't changing to suit Amberlynn, and that's the problem. That was what couldn't be compromised.
Something I wanted. And it was something we always said to each other, that it's you. It's always been you, the one. That saying says, like, love isn't enough sometimes. Love isn't enough. And that is, like, the most mature way of looking at some things. I've never understood it before, that two people could be so in love with each other but still not be right for each other. Like, this has been, like, the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Like, I have random moments where I'm just, like, completely numb. Completely numb. And then I have other moments where my heart hurts so bad, it makes me feel like I'm gonna puke. Like, I literally feel physically ill. And I know Feline's feeling the same way. And it's just, I have to keep reminding myself why I'm doing this. And it's so freaking hard. So freaking hard.
Excuse me. Because Wifey won't bend to your whims, is what I'm hearing.
And there's just so many steps that I have to take now. And it's like I'm hurting more for Feline than I am for myself, because seeing her this heartbroken, like, I've never seen this side of her. And I just want to, like, hold her and kiss her and love her. And I know that I can't. I know that I shouldn't. And she slept on the couch again last night because I don't want to sleep in the same bed as her, because I need to detach.
Wifey is on the couch. I was right yesterday.
Myself. And she kept saying how badly she wanted to come crawl into bed with me, and I'm just so glad she didn't. Like, I'm so glad she didn't, because I would have caved, or at least I feel like I would have. But it's just like, something has to change. I want her.
If this is so hard on both of you and you do really want to be together, get fucking counseling. Go to relationship counseling.
To be fully happy, and I want me to be fully happy. Like, Feline has worked so hard. Like, she is one of the most hardworking people I've ever known. Like, so many people have this, like, misconception of her, like, she don't pay bills, she don't do this, she don't. That's bullshit lies. Like, that's just all made up for the entertainment by reaction channels. Feline is the most giving person, and she holds her own. She holds her own. She even holds me sometimes. Like, you know, I'm not really someone who needs help financially, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful. But, like, you know, the whole weight loss surgery thing, and, like, I'm just, like, such a very giving person where I'm like, oh, you don't have to, like, pay for rent. It's totally fine. And she's like, no, literally paying for half. I'm paying for all half of the bills. Like, she's just the most hardworking person. And it's like, I don't want her to be hardworking, just fucking pay rent. I want her to be able to live, and to live her life, and to explore the world. And I cannot give her that right now. I can't. And it's so hard. Like,
okay, so here we see Amberlynn admitting that where she's at fault, and that being that her weight is holding Feline back, because Amberlynn can't do these things with why I call her Feline, I hate that name, with Wifey.
I'm not perfect by no means. Like, Feline wasn't
Nobody
fully
is,
happy
yeah.
either. I have a lot of freaking shit that I have to work on. Like, look at me. I can't travel with her right now. And I want to give that to her. I want to be able to give that to her. And this is the only way that I know how to do it. And a lot of people
What, by breaking up? How is that going to help? You said yesterday that you just want to eat. How is putting yourself into a depressive tailspin from breaking up going to help you achieve your goals? You've said that she's the most supportive and most helpful of anybody you've ever been with. So why isn't that support there to help you lose weight? Why have you not been able to lose weight in the last 2 years? Why are you not getting weight loss surgery? To be able to do these things with Wifey. To be able to go travel, do these things. And again, counseling.
Understand that, like, it wasn't one-sided, and there's just so many rumors going on.
You sure made it sound like it was.
I get it because of vagueness, and it's because some things I do have boundaries. I do. And I want to continue having those boundaries. But I do feel like I need to do my part in protecting what is true and versus like what is wrong. And it's like the conspiracies aren't true. None of them are true. None of them. And I just want to come on here and let everyone know what is true and what is real and do my best to heal. And it's going to be hard to heal these next like 3 to 5 months, 3 to 6 months. There's a lot that I have to do. And I have taken a few steps already because I am going to be moving, and it's not going to be like right off the bat because I am very obsessive. I had to move into this apartment very quickly. It's a little different because this apartment is about 2 hours away from where I was living before, but where I will be moving is in a completely different state. It's going to take me a couple days to even get there. So This is a lot more I's to dot, T's to cross, and I'm very obsessive in the sense of I need everything to be perfect. I want to get rid of a lot of the things that I own, whether that be Goodwill, whether that be selling. I kind of want to just like...
When it comes to furniture and some of the things she has, if she's getting rid of any of that, she could definitely donate to a Habitat for Humanity restore, and they'll put it to good use.
Purge a lot of stuff, and just a lot of...
Better keep those damn books I sent you so you could read them.
Things that hold, like an item can hold so many memories. I just don't want those anymore, and I don't want clutter. I just want anything that'll help me feel more at peace and less anxiety. That's what I want. I want more just at peace, and it's going to be hard for me to get there. I have a lot I have to do. So my first thing was, like, I have a weird way of trying to figure out certain things probably in the way that like a normal person would do things. So my first 2 things that I was more worried about is my bank in the state that I want to go to, and it is. So
something, I keep looking at this mirror back here, and I think sometimes she blacks it out because sometimes I can see the reflection of things in some of her videos, and sometimes it's just black. And I think if Wifey is over there moving around in like the kitchen or something, or walking through, I think she just blacks out the mirror so we can't see her.
Check. And then I also wanted to know, because my accountant for taxes, I have had the same accountant for about 5-6 years now, and I do not want a different one. So I had to figure out if I'm able to keep the same accountant even if I live in a different state, and thankfully I am. So those, for some
interesting
reason, were like 2 big stresses for me that were like super stressful. I think the next step is definitely going to buy boxes. I want to buy boxes so I can slowly start separating what I want to keep, what Feline wants to keep, what I want to give to Goodwill, and what I want to sell. And it's just going to be like a long process. It's going to be tedious, and I love tedious work. I personally love moving. I love everything about...
I fucking hate moving. Packing was so bad. Unpacking is even worse. I mean, it's worse. Or just as bad, at least. I still have shit I haven't unpacked.
I mean, besides finding the place. Trying to find somewhere that accepts 3 pets is very freaking hard. I got very lucky with this apartment because it is a luxury apartment, and I know people LOL at that, they giggle at that, they roll their eyes at that, but it is luxury apartment. Like, this place is like literally
luxury. I was in a luxury apartment complex before I bought my house, and they have more amenities. They may be a little bit more expensive. You can usually have a certain number of pets, or at least pay a pet deposit if you have pets under a certain weight. They have better amenities. You can usually get a garage sometimes, or at least a carport. They're just a higher standard of comfort.
If you look up the name of it, it's luxury. So it like says it in the name. I got very lucky with this apartment, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna get lucky again. So I do want to just start kind of getting things together, and if I have to live out of boxes for a little bit, that's fine. I just want to do whatever's going to make it easier for me and whatever's going to make it easier for Feline. There's a lot that has to happen. This isn't like a messy breakup. Like, she wants to be there to help me, and I want her to be here, and I want to spend as much time with her as I can, like as a friend. And I know that she feels the same way, and I know that we're both hurting, so we're both being very like fragile with one another. And yeah, like, I seem level-headed.
You're being very careful with one another because you're fragile.
Right now, but I bet you $1 million freaking dollars at the minute I click this off, I'm just gonna be bawling my eyes out again. You can love someone with every single part of you, but know that it's just not the right time. It's not the right time.
So are you saying that maybe in the future you and Wifey might get back together after you lose weight and she does whatever she needs to do to work on herself?
For either of us right now. And I know that, and I think that's the part that hurts the most, is that we could stay together, but it was hurting being with her. That's really all I want to say about that. I don't know. I just don't know. It's hard when you think that you like are willing to accept like how a relationship is. So you're like, okay, this is going to be my life. This is going to be my future.
No relationship is perfect. You're always going to have some issues here and there. But if you truly want to be with that person and you can't seem to work things out yourself, or you're having communication issues, if you really want to be together and you really love that person, then seek outside help. Seek out a relationship counselor and see if it can be fixed.
But then when something finally just like clicks in your head and you're like, no, wait, I can't accept this. And that goes for both me and Feline. Now we have to figure out what our future is going to be like, because we thought we had that planned. You know, we knew where we wanted to move and we were going to do that together. And now she's trying to figure out where she wants to go, and I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going. So it's like, now the future I thought we were going to have, we're both trying to
back to New York?
Figure out a future without each other, and it's hard. It's very painful. But yeah, I just wanted to give this update, and I want to try my hardest to get back into like vlogs and stuff, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like, hi guys, look at me eat my cottage cheese and mustard. Like, that feels so fake to me. That is why I also had to tell YouTube. I could not go on with filming without telling you guys about just being completely fake. Like, hey guys, look at this haul. Like, no. I am going to end this video. Again, thank you guys so much for the support and the kind words. Like, it means the world to me, truly. Because this is a hard time, but I'm strong. I've been through a lot in my life, and I know that Feline is also strong, and she's going to get through it as well. And yeah, I will give you guys more updates soon. I'm going to try to film and upload as much as possible, because in a weird way, this is also healing for me to film and to word vomit and to just...
Well, and it's your job.
speak. So anyways, I hope that you guys are doing good, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right, well, interesting that kind of one of the first things she said was that Wifey needed to work on herself, needed to do things. And then later it was, oh yeah, and I have things that I need to work on too. That seemed to be more related to her weight instead of the kind of person she is. But, as I said probably a bazillion times in this video, if you really want to work things out, if you really want to be together because you do really love each other and you want it to work out, seek out a relationship counselor. And then have that kind of mediator to help with the communication, and maybe give you things that you can work on at home to fix those issues. So, I don't know. Well, that's, I think, all I have to say about that. So, I think I was partially right in that, you know, maybe it wasn't Wifey that wanted to end things because of it, but Amberlynn is kind of holding Wifey back and some of the things that she wants to do in life because of her weight. So, I think that's all I got for you on this one. This one probably have minimal editing because I didn't really have any gaps or anything I needed to edit out. So I think we're just gonna get this in and upload it. So do all those YouTubey things for me if you wouldn't mind. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know what you think down below of the whole breakup and this little bit of an aftermath. And until next time, be safe and take care.